Welcome to the Creative Couples Podcast, where we share stories and insights to support creative work in marriage. I'm Spencer.
And I'm Frankie.
And we are your hosts. Before we tell you more about us, we want to tell you what this podcast is all about. This is something that we've been thinking about doing for a while now. It's fun to finally be putting it together. But we want the Creative Couples Podcast to explore the unique dynamic that comes from being married and doing creative work together. We want to help couples be better creative workers together and supporters of each other's work. So we're going to share insight, struggles, mistakes, wins and losses, and anything in between that we've either learned or are learning as we work together. And we're also going to learn from other guest couples that we have on the show, which we're really excited about. So each episode is either a short conversation between Frankie and I on a particular topic, or it will be a longer conversation with our guest couples. So a little bit more about where we're coming from. I originally grew up in Virginia. I played a lot of music in different capacities throughout school and in college. And then I moved to Nashville after college, which is where I met Frankie just a couple weeks after moving here. And while I am still a lover and hobbyist of music, my full-time job is actually in healthcare marketing, where I do a variety of marketing and creative activities. Outside of that, my free time for creative work is focused on freelance photo and video work. And I think that's a good enough summary for now.
I am a songwriter and musical artist under the name Frankie Orella. I actually grew up in Nashville and started singing and playing music at a pretty young age because my dad was a professional musician. My career path has been pretty unconventional, but it has consistently revolved around music. Together, we've co-created my music brand, and now this podcast is our next joint creative endeavor. It feels like a big old public experiment.
Gotta try it.
We think it'll be fun. So why are we doing this? Often when we tell people that we've worked on creative projects together, the response has been, wow, that has to be really difficult. Or I don't think my partner and I could even do that. Or we keep work separate from our marriage. It's just better that way. And the truth is, it is really difficult and it can cause unwanted stress and strain on the relationship. But early in our marriage, we had a few older couples who were amazing models of a partnership that wasn't just in the home, but in their work together. So that's something we wanted to pursue in our own marriage, no matter how hard it would be. And we think there are a lot of couples who also want to be in a deeper partnership together through their creative work.
We want to be clear from the beginning that we're not experts on relationships or creativity, but we are in a happy marriage and we have managed to make a living pursuing creative work. And we hope by sharing our experiences and bringing you in on the journey with us, we're all going to be better for it. And we're going to learn from the people that we have on the show as well. So this podcast is really for anyone who does creative work with their spouse or has a spouse who does creative work. It's important to note that we don't want to limit the word creative just to the arts. That's what we naturally think of. But one thing that's going to become clear is that we believe creativity is needed in all areas of life, in all types of work. So even if you're not in an art-specific industry, we want this to be helpful for you as well. And while our personal perspective comes from being married and creating together, our hope is that anyone who does creative work or is in relationship with someone who does creative work will also find a home in some of these honest conversations. So please take some time to listen to a few of the episodes. And if you like what you hear, subscribe, leave a review, and tell all your friends. Thanks.